Welcome back to ABCGH Spoilers channel. Today we will learn about the latest developments in the dramatic world of Port Charles, where relationships are being tested, warnings are being issued, and political intrigue is deepening. Political machinations and unexpected alliances. Drew Quartermaine appears to be expanding his web of influence as he finds a potential new ally in his political schemes. This development could be connected to the confirmed appearance of Daniel Cosgrove as Ezra, a new political character whose motivations remain shrouded in mystery. The political landscape of Port Charles is becoming increasingly complex, with power players positioning themselves for maximum advantage. Alexis Davis receives an unexpected visitor, whose identity remains undisclosed but whose arrival will undoubtedly create ripples throughout the legal community of Port Charles. Given Alexis's history of complicated relationships and legal entanglements, this visitor could bring information that changes the trajectory of multiple storylines. When confronted by Portia Robinson about his manipulative tactics, Drew responds with a challenging "or what?", demonstrating his growing confidence and perhaps recklessness in his political ambitions. This confrontation highlights the tension between medical ethics and political expediency that has become a central theme in recent episodes. Medical drama and blackmail schemes. Portia Robinson finds herself caught in an impossible situation as she updates Ava about the blackmail predicament she's facing. The respected doctor has been coerced into participating in a press conference that, while potentially beneficial for the hospital's public image, compromises her professional integrity. This ethical dilemma exemplifies the constant moral challenges faced by Port Charles residents. The upcoming press conference looms large over the hospital staff, creating an atmosphere of tension and uncertainty. Portia's reluctant participation, justified to Curtis as good press for the hospital, reveals the complex calculations medical professionals must make when politics intersects with healthcare. Dangerous investigations and confrontations. Jason Morgan seizes a rare opportunity when left alone with Valentine Cassadine, demanding comprehensive information about the mysterious Jack Brennan. This intense interrogation could yield crucial intelligence that reshapes the power dynamics in Port Charles, particularly if Brennan's connections to existing characters are revealed. Meanwhile, Carly Spencer continues to face questioning from Detective Dante Falconeri, maintaining that Valentine Cassadine is the one truly in danger. Her insistence raises questions about what information she possesses and why she's so confident about Valentine's precarious position. Family tensions and custody concerns. Nina Reeves delivers a stark warning to her daughter Willow Tate Corinthos, cautioning that moving in with Drew could result in losing custody of her children, Wiley and Amelia Corinthos. This maternal intervention highlights Nina's concern about Willow's uncharacteristic behavior, which has bewildered many who know her as a devoted mother. The possibility that Nina's warning might be more prophecy than threat adds a chilling dimension to this family drama. Could Willow's inexplicable attraction to Drew actually lead to a devastating custody battle? The unusual nature of Willow's behavior has many fans speculating about deeper psychological or even supernatural influences at play. Relationship reckonings. Elizabeth Liz Baldwin and Lucky Spencer engage in a meaningful conversation about their relationship, revisiting their complicated history and perhaps considering future possibilities. Their discussion could reopen old wounds or potentially heal them, given their significant shared past and lingering emotional connections. Warnings and deceptions. Curtis Ashford takes it upon himself to warn college student Kai Taylor about Drew Quartermaine's empty promises. The congressman has apparently been manipulating the young student with commitments he has no intention of keeping, adding another layer to Drew's increasingly questionable character development. The contrast between Drew's public persona and private machinations continues to widen, raising questions about his ultimate goals and what might happen when his deceptions are inevitably exposed. As Curtis attempts to protect Kai from disappointment or worse, viewers are left wondering if the warning will be heeded or dismissed. As these storylines continue to unfold, Port Charles remains a hotbed of emotional confrontations, political scheming, and family drama that keeps viewers eagerly anticipating each new episode of the beloved ABC soap opera. The complex web of relationships and conflicts promises significant developments that will reshape the landscape of General Hospital in the coming weeks. Next, we will learn about the fascinating dynamics between some of our favorite General Hospital characters and the potential romantic developments that might be on the horizon. The complex relationship between Carly Spencer and Jack Brennan has recently hit significant turbulence. What initially seemed like a promising connection has been marred by troubling revelations. Brennan's decision to secretly enroll Carly's daughter in the WSB without maternal consent has created a profound breach of trust. This violation of boundaries, coupled with the recent poisoning incident that nearly cost Carly her life, has placed their relationship on extremely shaky ground. The WSB agent may genuinely care for Carly, but his clandestine actions suggest a concerning pattern of behavior that could ultimately prove incompatible with Carly's need for transparency and respect. Jason Morgan's disapproval of Carly's relationship with Brennan adds another layer of complexity to the situation. As Carly's longtime confidant and protector, Jason's instincts about those who enter her life have often proven accurate. His reservations about Brennan, especially after the near-fatal poisoning incident, carry significant weight in Carly's world. This protective stance from Jason could influence Carly's perspective on her relationship with Brennan, potentially accelerating its demise before it has a chance to truly develop. Sonny Corinthos has found himself drawn to Natalia Ramirez, who reciprocates his affections with apparent sincerity. Their connection has been developing steadily, providing Sonny with a sense of new beginnings after his tumultuous history with Carly. However, this budding romance stands on precarious ground due to a critical piece of information: Natalia's undisclosed connection to Jen Sidwell. This secret association could dramatically alter the trajectory of their relationship once revealed, as Sonny has consistently demonstrated a strong aversion to deception and hidden agendas from those close to him. The foundation of trust is paramount for Sonny, who has experienced betrayal numerous times throughout his complicated life. When he inevitably discovers Natalia's concealed ties to Sidwell, his emotional response could range from disappointment to outright rejection. Sonny's history suggests that such revelations often become insurmountable obstacles in his romantic pursuits, potentially clearing the path for reconsidering past relationships that offered more transparency and understanding. Carly and Sonny share an extraordinary history that transcends typical relationship boundaries. Their love story has weathered countless storms, resulting in 4 marriages and 3 beautiful children who represent their enduring bond. Despite numerous separations and conflicts, they have consistently demonstrated a magnetic pull toward each other, suggesting a connection that defies conventional relationship patterns. Their shared experiences have created an unparalleled understanding between them that newer relationships struggle to replicate. The recent near-death experience that placed Carly in a hospital bed served as a powerful reminder of the profound connection between Sonny, Jason, and Carly. As the 3 gathered together in that sterile hospital room, the weight of their shared history was palpable. For Sonny particularly, seeing Carly vulnerable and fighting for her life likely triggered a cascade of emotions and memories, potentially reigniting feelings that had been temporarily overshadowed by his relationship with Natalia. During Sonny's Mike phase in Nixon Falls, his identity and memories were compromised, leading to his infatuation with Nina Reeves. This period represents an anomaly in Sonny's emotional journey rather than a genuine redirection of his heart. Upon regaining his memories, his continued attachment to Nina seemed more like an echo of his altered state than a reflection of his authentic desires. The Crimson editor, while significant during his amnesiac period, never truly aligned with the core aspects of Sonny's identity and values in the way that Carly consistently has throughout their tumultuous history. The friendship that developed between Carly and Sonny following their most recent divorce demonstrates their ability to evolve their relationship while maintaining their deep connection. This platonic foundation could actually strengthen any potential romantic reconciliation, as it's built on mutual respect and understanding rather than merely passion or convenience. Their ability to move past resentment speaks to the maturity they've both developed through their numerous trials and separations. As both Carly's relationship with Brennan and Sonny's with Natalia face significant challenges, the path may be clearing for a Carson reunion. The question of whether wedding bells might ring for this iconic couple once again remains open, but the circumstances certainly appear to be aligning in favor of their reconciliation. Their unparalleled understanding of each other, combined with their recent brushes with mortality and deception, could create the perfect conditions for rediscovering the love that has defined so much of their lives. The relief that swept through fans as Sonny and Jason gathered by Carly's hospital bedside reflected the audience's enduring investment in these characters' interconnected journeys. This powerful trio's reunion symbolizes the enduring nature of their bonds, transcending romantic entanglements to represent something more fundamental about human connection and loyalty. Whether Carly and Sonny's relationship evolves back into romance or remains a profound friendship, their story continues to captivate viewers with its depth and authenticity. Next, we will learn about the issue that's threatening to tear apart one of Port Charles's most beloved couples. The storm clouds are gathering over what once seemed like an unshakable union, and we're here to dive deep into all the dramatic details. The impending crisis. The marriage between Harrison Chase and Brook Lynn Quartermaine stands at a precarious crossroads. What appeared to be a relationship built on solid ground is now revealing concerning fractures that might prove impossible to repair. The foundation of trust, so essential to any lasting partnership, has been severely compromised, leaving fans wondering if reconciliation is even possible at this point. Chase's detective instincts have been activated, and he's beginning to question everything about his relationship with Brook Lynn. His professional life has trained him to look beneath the surface, to question inconsistencies, and now those same skills are being applied to his personal life with potentially devastating consequences. The inner conflict he's experiencing between his love for Brook Lynn and his growing suspicions is creating an unbearable tension that seems destined to snap. Brook Lynn, meanwhile, is caught in a web partially of her own making. Her characteristic Quartermaine pride prevents her from fully addressing the situation, believing that having confessed once should be sufficient. This stubbornness, while understandable given her family background, may ultimately cost her the relationship she truly values above all others. The secret child revelation. The catalyst for this marital earthquake was Brook Lynn's confession about a child she bore years ago, a baby fathered by none other than Dante Falconeri, another prominent Port Charles resident. This revelation, delivered after their wedding vows were exchanged, sent shockwaves through their relationship that continue to reverberate through their daily interactions. Initially, Chase responded with characteristic compassion and understanding. He assured Brook Lynn that her past was just that, the past, and that their future together remained his priority. His immediate reaction suggested a maturity and emotional intelligence that had Brook Lynn believing they had successfully navigated this potential relationship ender. However, as days turned into weeks, subtle changes in Chase's behavior began to emerge. The casual questions about her day started carrying undertones of investigation. His eyes would linger a moment too long when Dante entered a room. Small hesitations appeared in conversations where none had existed before. These micro-expressions of doubt have been accumulating, creating an emotional distance that grows wider with each passing day. The Quartermaine complications. The infamous Quartermaine family dynamics are only exacerbating an already volatile situation. Ned Quartermaine, always protective of his daughter despite their complicated relationship, has noticed the tension between the newlyweds. His concerned glances and pointed questions are adding pressure to Brook Lynn's already strained emotional state. Tracy Quartermaine, ever the family strategist, seems almost amused by the development. Her cryptic comments and knowing smirks whenever Chase and Brook Lynn enter a room together suggest she not only anticipated trouble but perhaps welcomes it as confirmation of her perpetual skepticism about romantic happiness. Monica Quartermaine, having weathered countless family storms herself, has attempted to offer Brook Lynn guidance, drawing from her own experiences with secrets and their inevitable consequences. Her well-intentioned advice, however, often falls on deaf ears as Brook Lynn insists on handling the situation in her characteristic independent fashion. The Dante factor. Complicating matters further is Dante's presence in Port Charles. As a respected detective and Chase's colleague, their professional interactions are unavoidable. Each encounter between the men carries an unspoken weight, the knowledge of a biological connection that neither openly acknowledges but both are acutely aware of. Dante's relationships with Olivia Falconeri and his history with Lulu Spencer add additional layers of complexity. The potential for this secret to expand beyond Brook Lynn and Chase grows daily, especially in a town where secrets rarely remain buried for long. The whispered conversations that abruptly end when certain parties enter rooms have become increasingly common, suggesting that the circle of those in the know may be widening. The adoption mystery. Perhaps most explosive is the emerging possibility that the adoption Brook Lynn arranged years ago may not be as final or anonymous as she believed. Rumors are swirling about a young boy named Giovanni Gio Palmieri who bears striking resemblances to both Dante and Brook Lynn. The timing of his birth aligns perfectly with Brook Lynn's secret pregnancy, creating a mathematical equation that even the most skeptical Port Charles resident couldn't ignore. If Gio is indeed the child Brook Lynn gave up, his presence in Port Charles would transform an already difficult situation into an impossible one. Chase would be forced to confront not just the idea of his wife's past relationship with Dante, but the living, breathing evidence of it. The emotional impact could prove insurmountable, especially if Dante forms a connection with the boy. The uncertain future. As tensions escalate and secrets threaten to burst into the open, the future of Brook Lynn and Chase's marriage hangs in the balance. Their love story, once considered one of Port Charles's most genuine and promising, now stands on the precipice of becoming another cautionary tale about the destructive power of secrets. Will Brook Lynn fight with her characteristic determination to preserve what she and Chase have built together? Or will Chase's growing doubts and questions eventually lead him to conclude that a relationship built on partial truths cannot survive? The coming weeks will likely provide answers, but current indicators suggest that happy endings may be in short supply for this troubled couple. The emotional fallout from this revelation continues to spread like ripples in a pond, touching not just the central couple but everyone connected to them. In a town like Port Charles, where 6 degrees of separation is more like 2 or 3, the consequences of Brook Lynn's long-kept secret may ultimately reshape multiple relationships across the community. Stay tuned to ABCGH Spoilers for continuing coverage as this dramatic situation unfolds and reaches its inevitable climax. The question isn't just whether Brook Lynn and Chase will survive this crisis, but who else might be caught in the crossfire when all truths finally come to light.